lately, Sony has been dominating the headlines with controversy after controversy. It seems like Microsoft really is like, hey guys, remember we have Xbox too. I'm really surprised that the current iteration of Xbox hasn't died, as honestly, the Game Pass seems to be the worst deal in all of entertainment at this point. Are you even signed up? Is anybody signed up for that at this? Leave a comment. If you actually have a Game Pass, let me know. We won't shame you too much in the comments, I promise. But there's a lot going on, and it just seems like the video game industry is collapsing under its own weight and under its own ego, is really the takeaway from all of this. These companies got too big on their own britches, and they thought they could just do anything. They thought of all of you and all of us as pay pigs. They really have just been going back on their word on several different topics. They've been forcing us into data mining operations with this Helldiver controversy. They've been censoring us. They've been pushing DEI. I mean, these last couple months have just been absolutely a hellscape for the video game industry. It's been sad to watch this, what used to be just fun, turn into something that's a complete nightmare like every other industry. Now, Microsoft is always made some bad decisions when it comes to their game studios, and they're going to be cutting a bunch more, which we're going to get into in just a moment. But there's a lot of work to do all the way around. This is the Free Stellar Blade petition. I'm sure you've seen it before over the last couple of weeks. 81,800 signatures. We still got 1,400 more people signing today. I know Grums wants to get this up to 100,000 people, and this is still a thing. Stellar Blade, they announced it launched in Japan, and nearly sold out there despite the controversy. Everybody loved this game who's a gamer. As you got to remember, Kotaku and IGN and them poo-pooed it, saying it was shallow because Eve was pretty. They don't like that. Alyssa Mercante and her people don't want just aesthetically pleasing games to gamers. They hate gamers, and we've covered that at length on the channel. But let's get this going. You got to remember on the first days when these activate that they get a lot of attention. And then you got to keep it going. So I'm going to have this link in the description below. And my name's John Delarose, and I would appreciate if you like my coverage here for you to hit that like and subscribe button. It means a lot to me, of course, that you join our community here. I also am an author, and I write a lot of fun fiction. This is my steampunk series for Steam & Country. I've got 6 books in this series. Most of them are on audiobook. And we've got print and digital editions of this as well. If you like good old-fashioned fun, good old-fashioned heroism, if you enjoy, Stellar Blade's, quote, shallowness, you'll probably enjoy this. So check it out. This link's in the description below, and I really appreciate you guys for supporting our books. We've had better sales than ever over the last 3 weeks. Gamers like to read, believe it or not. People wouldn't assume that, but I'm very happy to have you guys as customers and happy to be catering towards you guys as much as possible. All right, so the news of the day, this came out this morning. Microsoft promises make good offers as it cancels Redfall downloadable content that players already paid for. This is another Helldivers type of situation where, that you signed up for something. You, in effect, gave Microsoft a loan, and then they're going to, give you some gift cards back or something. They're not going to give you your money back in full because they would never just do that. They're going to do make good offers instead. This is ridiculous, and I think it's absolutely a terrible thing. And this is all because of their closing multiple studios. This is not just one initiative today. Microsoft's cutting a lot, which I guess they just wanted to get in the news since Sony's been working on their anti-consumer and anti-gamer practices with Helldiver 2. And we covered yesterday that even though they changed their minds on that and are allowing Helldiver 2 to exist without the PSN sign-up, other games are still having that going forward. PlayStation is only pushing and changing this because people paid for it already without that on there, and then the change they thought was something that consumers shouldn't have. For new games, you're going to have to do it. So they're still trying to push their monopolistic tendencies on this and still trying to force you as the consumer to sign up for things, even if you don't have a PlayStation, even if you're on Steam, to be on part of their network in order to play. And this is all a control move. It's all a data mining operation. It's all about using you as pay pigs and not actually caring about the games. And, Microsoft's not better in this regard. Not at all. If you think about what's going on here, again, you paid for stuff in advance. and you paid for all this content. This is Redfall's 1-year anniversary. What a disaster of a game. They're shutting down the studio behind it, Arcane Austin, ending all further development of the vampire shooter. It includes promised hero downloadable content, which fans have already paid $100 bite-back edition for. So they're not going to refund that. Of course not. You paid for this last year. And how these companies operate is you pay for something, they stick it in their like high value savings account because they've got a lot of money. They earn interest off your money. So whenever you pay for something in advance like this for one of these major corporations, anytime you like or have something like money held via PayPal or whatever it is, they're always gaining interest off of you. They're making money off of the money that's sitting there, even as middlemen in between transactions, and just using you to bolster their bank accounts on that level. This is how a lot of these companies make money. It's ridiculous. It's never about actually, and this is why like smaller companies really can't compete, because like smaller companies that are actually about games or in my case actually about books, we just are really about the product, and the product has to stand or fall on that. There's no like loan quotient to it like these big corporations have with their bank accounts. Redfall's previous updates will be the last, as we did end all development on the game. The game and its servers will remain online for players to enjoy. We will provide make-good offers for players who purchase the Hero DLC. Like I said, this is not going to be a return of your money. You're going to get credits. And this is a double scam because, one, they made interest off your money you paid in advance, didn't provide you the product that they promised. This is anti-consumer and anti-gamer. And then they give you credits for their other stuff. So whether you use it or not, you're not going to get it returned to you. Half the players are not going to use it, and so they just get to keep that money for free without developing anything. It's really, this is fraud. I mean, let's be honest. Let's call it what it is. And this is what happens when these giant corporations swallow up these studios. Xbox has a habit of doing this kind of thing. They're gutting Bethesda. That's what this is right now. And Bethesda used to be one of the best gaming companies out there, and no longer. And it's not just Redfall that's being cut from this. This is the rest of the news right here. So you've got Arcane Austin, you've got Tango Gameworks, you've got and two others are actually being pushed out as well. So this is a crazy thing. There's way too much. They're saying the prioritization of titles and resources means a few teams will be realigned to others, and some of our colleagues will be leaving us. It's really weird how they frame this as prioritization of titles. That means that they're cutting a lot of options for different titles for you, the gamer. So you've got your Game Pass. There's going to be less games. There's going to be less different developers working on different things, and that means it's just going to be streamlined into a few games that are the safe bets at this point. So there's going to be less innovation, less good game design, and less bang for your buck. And they're trying to frame it as some sort of good thing for games. It makes no sense whatsoever. So Arcane Austin, as I mentioned, Tango Gameworks, Alpha Dog Studio, this is a sad one, will be gone. And Roundhouse Games also going to be gone from this. And Roundhouse Games is getting sucked into the development of Elder Scrolls. So no doubt Microsoft is just making the deal worse for Game Pass players. They are not actually caring about you. You're going to get some credits rather than refunds for your already purchased content. Again, this is the same situation as Helldivers. Like they're changing the deal, and they don't care. And this is why this whole DLC model sucks anyway. Let's be honest. Well, since this has gone on for over a decade now, they never release complete games anymore. You're buying into the hopes that they're going to make the game awesome eventually, and that just sucks. It's really lame for gamers. I saw another thing just before we go. Vera Darka, who we really appreciate on this channel, posted Kotaku's hypocrisy. And, this is the game company's hypocrisy. All of it's just hypocritical, and that's why we cover this. This was one of their first things here. Hades 2 hot spring scenes are a bold subversion of fan service, and that's because it's degenerate, and they like all their weird degenerate stuff. But then when it comes to just normal stuff, Stellar Blade's Eve is hottest when she's not revealing everything. What a good contrast by Kotaku right here and what they go for. These people don't care about games or anything. They're doing their narrative of the moment. They're doing their narrative their woke agenda, and they're doing their narrative of whatever best serves the corporation to keep you guys enslaved. That's what it comes down to. And it's just really sick to have to deal with this over and over and over again. So I really hope Microsoft fails. I hope Sony fails. You should cancel all these subscriptions to these services until they decide to serve you. That's why it's called a service. And then we need to get back to independence. That's all. That's what matters. That's the only place innovation and goodness comes from. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Check out my independent work for Steam and Country and all of its sequels on Amazon. Appreciate you guys for being there. That link's in the description below. We'll be back soon.